a hot topic is the topic of moderation. Now, I always say I could moderate until I couldn't. And that's the truth. I could moderate. I didn't have to like go overboard every single time I drank, but it was a little bit unpredictable to me. I wasn't really sure when I was going to cross that magical line that I always had rules around. When you're trying to moderate, AKA manage your drinking, which again, I did for years. When we're trying to manage or moderate our drinking, we are always deciding. Think about it. You're always deciding. And I talk about this in the AFL course. I talk about something called decision fatigue. Decision fatigue, where you're like, if I make one more decision, I'm going to lose my mind. And then 5 o'clock rolls around, you're like, I can't make one more decision about if I'm going to drink or not drink, or have one or have two, or drink before dinner or while I'm getting ready. But no, I'll wait and have a drink when I'm at the restaurant, but then I won't have one at dessert. I just got caught in the vortex because it's crazy making. And you're always deciding. Before you drink, you're thinking, should I, will I, should I? During it, you're thinking, how many have I had? How many should I have? How many did I say I would have? How many do I really want to have? How do I want to feel the next day? Then after, did I do okay? After you drink, is it, gosh, did I have a glassy-eyed look with my kids? Oh, is anybody else in my friend group having a hangover? Because we're sure not texting about that. So the thing is, decision fatigue builds. It's a cumulative effect. Think of fatigue like it sounds. I just went to the gym this morning. But fatigue sets in when you start doing so many reps, even with a small weight, that you're like, I can't do even another 3-pound lift. And it's like that with all these little 3-pound decisions, these little bitty minor decisions that you're like, oh, no big deal. I'm just going to blow it off. But before we know it, we've made so many decisions we can't make anymore. So I think that moderation doesn't remove the problem, it extends it, because you've got the before, the during, and the after management style. And that's a lot of managing an addictive substance, right? So don't worry, hang with me. Do you want some good news today? Do you want some practical tools that you can take into this weekend so that you're not just like, well, I know, Jen. I know moderation doesn't work because I'm trying it and it's not working. I say I'm going to have 1 and I have 3. I say I'm going to have 3 and I have 2 bottles. What the heck? I get it. Again, you're not broken. You're not alone. You're actually in the right place. Because here's the deal. Relief comes from simplicity. Oh, yes, this is so big. I'm going to say it again. Relief comes from simplicity. So how can we do that? Well, first off, less decision-making equals more peace, okay? I don't know about y'all, but for those of you listening to me who are inside Sober Sis, who have taken the reset or any of the programs or just part of our community, you know that there is a lot more peace when you just stop deciding, even for 21 days. When you take it off the table and you're like, yeah, I can drink what I want when I want, but I always tell resetters this on my Zoom calls. Alcohol is always going to be there. Alcohol is always going to be there. It's not going anywhere. It's not like you're going to miss your chance. It's always there. And in fact, it has a sneaky way of always being there. So less decision-making equals more peace. Y'all, that is powerful. You can get back in the driver's seat. You can get back in the pole power position by removing the question and removing the negotiation. I always tell women, when you do my 21-day reset challenge, just set alcohol aside for 21 days. Now, I know that's easier said than done. That's why we have connection. That's why we have camaraderie. That's why we have support. So what you want to do is just set it aside. Don't worry about saying never, forever, always. We're not going to do that. That kind of freaks our brain out. We're just going to go, you know what? Alcohol, we're in a separation phase. It may end up being a breakup, but for sure we're going to start with a separation and just set it aside and say, thank you, but no thank you. I've managed you enough. I'm going to manage myself now, my feelings, my thoughts, my other choices. Just take it off the table. And that gives you time. Again, that's why I have kind of a 90-day program, is It gives you time to get rest. I always say at the end of 21 days, certainly at the end of 90 days, even if you've had a slip up or two, we call them a data point here in SoberSys. If you've done some recon, it's all valuable feedback. So this is not about perfection, getting stuck on counting days. This is about less deciding, more simplicity, being present, awake, alert, aware in your own life. That's what we're trying to do. So if you slip up, don't slide. Just go, well, whoop. They put it in my hand and I drink it. Or I was at the grocery store and just by habit, I took it off the shelf and put it in my basket. I took it home and I opened it. Okay, you're not going to just blow up and explode. And you can use that as valuable feedback. Okay, so the goal, again, is not perfection. The goal is progress, noticing, awareness, and simplicity. It is a gift that you can give yourself. I always tell women that take my reset, which have been tens of thousands of you, give yourself the gift of 21 days, maybe 30. Let's do the whole month together because I've got some bonus stuff for you resetters. So it really can be a full month. Let's just do a month together and then we'll decide what we're going to do next. Move the goalposts, move what your next milestone is. But for 30 days, just set it aside. Give your mind time to rest from the mental tug of war that is depleting, defeating, and exhausting you. There is freedom and there is support here in SoberSys for a way to do that. And so you can literally just set the alcohol aside. Again, it's always going to be there. And while your mind is resting from the mental tug of war, you're giving your mind an update, like a software update, like we do on our little phones. You can go to bed and wake up and you got a new software update, but you didn't get a new phone. That's like the hardware. That's like your brain. So it's going to take time. So if you're trying to moderate, you're always going to be stuck in that detox to retox loop. Many of you know this, but if you don't, I'll tell you, it takes about 7 to 10 days to get alcohol and its effects out of your physiological body. So that means if you're like, I'm going to be good during the week, I did that too. That's why I'm air quoting, because I did it. I was like, well, I'm not going to drink Monday through Thursday. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to drink green juice. I'm going to do all the sober-minded things. And then on the weekend, wheels came off. I mean, I kind of had no rules all 7 days of the week. It was exhausting. And so what I'm saying to you is, even for 21 days, if you just hit the pause button on drinking, you can also hit the pause button on deciding. And in that rest, your sober mind will click in and you will have clarity. I believe it. I know it. I've experienced it. And I've worked with thousands of women who have experienced it too. You get a type of clarity that you can't have when you're managing alcohol. You just can't have it. I can't have it. Nobody can have that kind of clarity when you're managing alcohol and you're thinking about the before, during, and after of drinking. It is a lot. It is a lot of time. So I guess that's what I want to say is moderation keeps your brain focused on alcohol. If you want to make alcohol smaller in your life, devalue to the point that you find yourself not wanting it, got to give yourself time. Got to give yourself a break. You've got to give yourself simplicity and a break from decision fatigue and deciding. If you have not done my 21-day reset challenge, I'm getting on these workshops to educate, to bring value to you. But listen, if you want some more coaching, like I want to give you everything I got. I want to tell you everything I've learned. I can't quite fit it all into 21 days, but I get real close. And then in AFL, which is the next step after the 21 days, it's never about perfection there either. It's not like you graduate from the 21-day reset challenge because you did it perfectly and you checked all the boxes and then you move on to AFL. AFL is really a place because you want more time to practice. But I'm telling you what, if you will give yourself a break from the management and take all of that energy and put it towards becoming the person you really want to be, instead of managing a side of you that you feel friction in and cognitive dissonance, you can walk in freedom. You can walk in peace. You really can. Life doesn't get perfect. In fact, life doesn't even always get easier, but it gets better. It gets better. I can attest. I know many of the sisters here can as well. Whatever you do, definitely stay connected And please know that you're never alone in our sisterhood. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.